everyone, this is today back with another How to Play. We're looking at the game Golems, which is from Thundergriff Games, designed by Francisco Testini, art by Sergio Salves. And this is another one of their little Matchbox line of games, which is also 15 Days, Rebus, and Space Fonts, I believe it was. I've looked at all of those on the channel, I do believe. I don't think there's any other ones, at least that I've gone or plan on getting, but never say never. In the game, you get 13 gems. They're just plasticky, I guess. And I kind of feel like dice. Each player gets 4 to start off with. You also have a bunch of cards. And the game is a game where you are basically making golems. And so you have golem cards. There's basically red, or I guess it's orange, there's blue, there's yellow, and there's green, and there's also some white ones. Each card has a color, and there's a little symbol in the corner that tells you the color in case you need it. And each also has a different symbol in it for colorblind friendliness, which is awesome. And over here, what you have is the cost of this golem. So to create this golem, I would need 2 green resources, 2 blue resources, and a red resource in my hand. The resources are on the bottom. So on your turn, basically you're going to collect a card, and either you collect it for the resource, or if you have the resources required, you can spend it to get the golem. Now these ones, the white ones, they require 7 resources of any kind. The other ones require different colors. Some is 2 and 3, some is 1, 1 and 3. There's different mixtures in there. And there is 36 of those golem cards. But there's more. There's also these crystal cards. Rune cards, actually, they're called. No, sorry, these are the gem cards. Golem cards, gem cards, rune cards. These ones will be mixed in there, and they give you different things. So you can either take them for whatever's on here, or you can flip them the other way and pulverize these gems into dust, gem dust. And gem dust will give you points at the end of the game. So it's either you take the cards for gems, potential points, and abilities, or you pulverize them, and they will give you 1 point for 1 gem dust, 3 points for 2 gem dust, 6 points for 3 gem dust, and 10 points if you have 4 of these gem dust. So when you get one of those, you can either pulverize it to create dust as a set collection element, part of the game, or you can use it for this. What's on this side? Now this is this one that has this circle symbol is only for solo mode, so we don't need that. This game, by the way, plays 1 or 2 players, like their other Matchbox series games. This one gives you simply 3 gems. This one gives you, let me just check. This one, the other one here. So this one gives you 3 gems. This one will give you 2 gems and 1 point. That's what the little diamond means. This one gives you 1 gem and 2 points. You start off with 4 gems. The rest become a supply. If there's ever no gems in the supply, you take from the other person. That's the way that works. This one gives you 1 gem, and it gives you another turn immediately. This one gives you 2 gems, and it gives you 1 wild resource. So this can be any one of these resources, red, blue, green, whatever. But it's only a one-time use, and once you use it, it's gone. As I point out, you don't get anything for collecting gems unless you get a certain card, a certain rune card, which will let you do that. And these two have 2 kind of half gems on them. And if you collect both of these, you get to take 2 cards that are going to be put aside at the start of the game into your hand, keep one, use it for free, and then discard the other one. So that's how that works. So you need to have both of those. then you got the room cards. There is, as I mentioned, there is 8 gem cards. There's 9 room cards, 13 gems. Yes, I didn't mention. For these ones, and let me just mix it up okay here. These 4, you're gonna mix up at the beginning of the game, and each player is gonna get one. They have a color on here, and basically you're gonna get 2 points for each golem of that specific color that you have, and the other ones you can get later on during the game, but you're going to start off with 1 each. Random. You can see they also give you 2 resources if you get them. These ones, 2 resources of 1 color. These other ones can be used as 2 resources, different colors, or 1 wild resource. And this is like infinite, whatever wild resource you need. I should point out at the start of the game, you cannot collect one of these special resources as your first resource. It has to be one of the other ones. But there's other uses for these cards. For instance, this one will give you, we'll just verify. I should point out, this one that I put aside will give you, this is for solo mode only, and it would give you, it will let you take more cards, an extra card basically, as well as it would give you a gem. But that's the solo mode one way around today. For the rune cards, so these ones are Masters of the Elements, and they give you 2 points for mastering one of those elements for getting golems of that color. So for every, if I had this one for every yellow golem, I would get 2 points. The other ones I wouldn't get extra points for. Every golem you get is worth 2 points itself, and actually a minimum of 3 points, because every golem that you create, you have to sacrifice one of your resources, at least one, putting it, discarding it, putting it underneath the golem for a point. You can do up to 3 resources per golem if you want, but then you're going to sacrifice resources, so you may want to not do that. This one is a Master of the Gems, and this one will give you 2 points for each gem card in your hand to a max of 6 points. So if you collect some of these, you can get points if you have this specific one. And there's actually 2 of those. And this one actually is, this is a different one, right? This is a Master of the White Element. So this is the same as these ones except for white. This one is a Master of the Keeper, and you're going to get 1 point for every gem, each one of these that you have left over in your reserve. This one is Master of the Resources. You get 1 point for each of your unused resources to a max of 6 points. So resources you have left over at the end of the game. If you have that rune, again, it might be more valuable to use it for the symbols, the resources. It's up to you. And this one will give you 7 points if you have summoned golems of at least 4 different types. So if you have, let's say, red, blue, green, and yellow, orange, yellow, green, and blue, then you would get points for that. 7 points, right? Yes. So, you got those. We'll mix these all into the deck. Not those ones. The cards are just a smooth plastic coated finish. If you're wondering, basically the same as the other games in the series. And there's more in the series. There's a couple more at least, but I don't really plan on getting them. So, setup is pretty straightforward. You will shuffle these 4 rune cards that have the square symbol in the corner. They're the red, orange, or, sorry, I said red, orange, blue, orange, green, and yellow. I'm guessing it's actually red, not orange. Mix them up Each player is going to get one secretly. The other two can go into the deck. And so I have yellow, so I'm going to be trying to collect yellow golems for bonus points. And my opponent has green. I will to get the 4 gems to start off. And again, this one that has the circle goes back into the box. It's only used for solo mode. So then you shuffle everything together, the golem, glue, and the gem cards to form a face down deck. We will take the 2 top cards off the deck without looking at them, put them aside. If somebody were to get those 2 half gems, then they would be able to take these 2 cards into their hand and keep one and discard the other one. So what we're going to do is we're going to deal out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically 2 sets of 6. And we'll put them face up. And there's a wound card available immediately. So then you randomly choose a start player. Wow, I did not shuffle as well. All the wound cards are out. So on your turn, you can take any one of these cards, but you have to pay a cost for the first card, basically. So again, I want to try to build yellow. This yellow requires 2 yellow and 3 blue. This one requires 3 yellow, a red, and a blue. So maybe, let's just look at this one here again. This is, what was that again? Sorry. 2 points for each gem card in your hand. Right. So maybe I want to take that one. In order to take a card, the first card, you have to pay gems to the other 2 cards in that row. So maybe I do that. I'll put one gem, and I get to take this one and put it into my hand. Now I can either use this as these 2 resources, which could be good, especially if I'm trying to go for yellow. Or I could use this for this, which is going to give me points for every one of these gems I have in my hand. You know what? The thing is, I cannot do this one, these 2 resources to start off. Remember, earlier I mentioned I can only start off with a single regular one, so I can't do that even if I wanted to. You know what? I'm going to change my mind on that one. Instead, I'm going to do this, and I'll take this one. And since I don't have the resources required to get this column, I will turn this into a resource. You're going to steal a different column for each color of resource that you get. So now my opponent is going to go. They can do the same thing. They can put 2 and take 1 if they want. Or they can take one of these. And they're trying to build green ones. And they're going to need probably blue ones to build green ones. So they're going to take this one. To take this one, they're going to take this one. They don't get this gem. They actually move this to the other one. And then they get this card. The way it works is you have to pay for the first card. The second card you get for free. And the third one, this one here, you actually will get those 2 gems. So I'm going to take that one. I get the gems, and since it's not the first resource, I can put it here as a resource. And now I got 2 red and 1 yellow. Now once one of these rows is depleted, you replenish it with new cards. And now my opponent is going to go. So again, they're trying to get green, and I put this one upside down. It should be, I put it the wrong way. It should be upside down as the blue resource. My apologies. My opponent's actually going to do this. And they're going to take this crystal. It's got that half one, so if they get the other half, then they get to take these 2 cards that we set aside and keep one, use the other one. Let me just double check something. It's not the other half, so just in case you're wondering, because that would be bad. So I will try to build a yellow one. I need blues for yellow, and I need more yellow for yellow. So I'll do this, and I'll take this one. Again, each resource is in a separate pile by color, except for the double ones that can be wherever. And now my opponent's going to go. They want, oops, that's not the one, green. Green requires green, it requires yellow. Maybe they just decide to take this yellow. Now it's my turn. The one yellow one requires red, a blue, and 3 yellow. Damn. Well, I'm going to take that one anyways. I got both these gems, and I'm going to take the yellow, start the yellow resource, because I'm going to need yellow, 4 yellow anyway. Now my opponent's going to go. So they go back and forth doing that. Maybe they go for this one, and they get a wild resource. This can be any resource, or they can save it for this scoring condition. They're not going to. They're going to use it as a wild resource and just put it here. It doesn't matter. I put it on the blue. It could be anything. Oh, and I forgot. We need to replenish this. My apologies. I should have done that earlier. Used up. We're getting all the runes coming out right now. So, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it into my hand to try and get bonus points for orange. Because why not? Now it's my opponent's turn. Now, you notice my opponent does not have any gems. That means they have to take something that has a gem on it, whether they want to or not. So, we really want green right now. Well, don't take this one. It gives them a green and a red. Put it here separately. And then it's my turn. Now I do have 2 yellows, a red, and a blue. Can I do anything with that? No, I would need greens. So, you know what? I'm going to take this one. This one gives me, either I can pulverize it for points later on, or I can take it, get 2 gems, the 2 ones I just spent basically, and 1 wild resource I can use at any time. So I'm going to do that and collect 2 gems, replenish my hand here. And, my opponent's going to do this. They're going to take this one so they can collect those gems and get a red. So then we replenish before we forget. Again, remember these ones, in order to get, you need to have 7 different resources. Of which I have 6, unfortunately. My opponent, though, also has 6, actually. So it's my turn. I will try to get red. I guess it's red. Or basically orange or yellow. There's no yellow, there's no orange, so I can't do anything. And I apologize, I had to put this aside for a few moments. Now I'm kind of lost as to where I was. We'll just say it's my turn. And let's just see. I got 2 red, 2 yellow, and a blue. Damn it. Could almost be down, except that would be 2 green. So, I'm going to all of my mystery colors here. Yellow and the red, orange. We don't have any right now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this one and add it to my blue pile. Now it's my opponent's turn. Didn't I have, oh yeah, I had a wild one. I forgot. I could have used that. Maybe next time. They're going to, let's see what they're going to do. They're looking for green. And they would need green to do that. So, we're going to take a green and add it over here. We're running out of space, unfortunately. Put that there. So now it's my turn. Let me just see again. I'm going for yellow and red, but there's no yellow or red. I have a yellow, 2 blue, 2 red, 2 yellows, 2 red, 2 blue, and a wild resource that I could use one time only, and then I discard. I really need green, so I'm going to take this green and collect these gems. Yeah, it's my opponent's turn. You keep going back and forth like this until you go through this deck and you can no longer replenish, and that's exactly what we do right now, is replenish. Now, my opponent's going to go. And let's just see. Maybe they just take this one for a yellow resource. And actually, they could build this golem. It requires 7 different resources, of which they do have. So maybe they want to do that instead. Yeah, they're going to do that. Now, they would have to sacrifice a resource. So maybe they sacrifice this red one. Yeah, they have exactly enough. So they're going to sacrifice this red one and make this golem. And you just put the one you sacrifice underneath. You always have to sacrifice at least 1, but you can do up to 3, and you get 1 point for each one that you sacrifice. Let me just back that up a little bit. So now we're going to replenish these. Now it's my turn. Let me just see. I really want the red one, so I'm going to do that. It requires 3 red and 2 green. I don't have that. So I'm going to take a green. And my opponent's going to go. They're going to, do whatever. They're hoping to get green. This one actually is pretty tasty looking for them. It's, what was that one again? I have to look it up. It's right here, don't worry. 1 point for each unused resource up to max of 6. Or they can use it as a blue and yellow. Decisions. Maybe they'll just use it as a blue and yellow. That's my turn. I believe I'm finally going to build something. I would need 3 red and 2 green, or 3 red, a blue, and a green. Now I'm going to use this one as a red. I'll just discard it. And I guess I have to put the gems here, and I collect this one. And I'm going to build it. And I'm going to use a green resource sacrifice. Towards the end of the game, you might be sacrificing 2 or 3 cards because there's only so much you can do, only so much you can build towards the end. So now my opponent's going to go, and you know what? Maybe they decide they want to take this one. Gives them 2 gems, and 1 victory point is what the diamond is. So I'm going to collect that. They're still looking for the other half, but they get 2 gems anyways. And then it's my turn. I'm going to take this one. Gives me a gem. and it gives me another turn. So maybe, just maybe, I can do something again. 2 green. So I have 2 red, yellow, and well, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to build this one because I have 7, and I'm going to put, let's say, this blue. Now you always have to, I should mention this, I forgot to mention, when you sacrifice a resource, it always has to be the bottom one, the bottommost one on any one of these columns. So I could theoretically sacrifice this one, but it's 2, so I'm not going to do that. I'll sacrifice this blue one instead. I could sacrifice the green or yellow as well. You cannot sacrifice the one from the bottom. Always the bottommost one, the topmost one, if you will. Or the one on top, the bottommost one, not the underneath one. Let's just try to explain it poorly. So now my opponent's going to go, what can they do? Okay. They're going to claim this one. They do have 1, 2, 3 yellows and 2 greens. I'm going to build this one, or make it, and I'll sacrifice, I guess, a green one to do it. Not much of a choice. And, man, they did that. Wow, all the cards have 2 gems on them. So, I'll take advantage of that. And I will take this one, and I will, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have enough to build it, so I'm just going to turn it into a red item. And then we replenish. So you keep doing that again until you get to a point where there's no more cards left here, and you get to a point where you can no longer replenish one of these rows. And then at that time, you will score. Scoring is as follows. You get 2 points for each golem you have summoned. I have summoned 2, so I get 4 points. You get 1 point for every card that is sacrificed, so I get another 2 points there. That's 6 points. You get the points for any gem dust you collect. So if you collected gem dust, you would get points for that. It's 1 point for 1 gem dust symbol. 3 points for 2 symbols. 6 points for 3 of these symbols. And if we have 4 of those symbols, you get 10 points. But we don't have any because we didn't collect those. Because it's either you collect this for the dust, or you use the ability, which gives you a gem and perhaps something else, some points. And then you can also score points based on the rune cards. So if you have those colors, like for instance, I was collecting red and yellow. I have 1 red, so that would give me 2 additional points. He also would get 2 points for the green one he collected. So it's 2 points for collecting each one of the color you're looking for. If you're looking for this one, the 4 different types, you would get 7 points if you have that Master Summoner. If you have the Master of the Keeper, you get 1 point for each gem in your reserve. So you have 2 points if you had that one. The Master of the Gems, you get 3 points for each gem card in your hand to a max of 6 points. So for each of these cards, you get a point to a max of 6. And the last one, if you have that one, which nobody does, we just have the colors. You don't count these ones that are in here, just the one in your hand. But if you had that one would be 1 point for each resource that's unused to a max of 6 points. So they would get, 6, so would I in that case. And that is kind of the game. If there's a tie, whoever has the most points for the summoned golems wins. If there's still a tie, whoever had the most cards under the summoned golems would win. If there's still a tie, you celebrate victory. So it's pretty straightforward. And again, some cards, some of the gem cards will give you points. Like for instance, this one gives you 1 point. There's another one that gives you 2 points. So yeah, it's a pretty basic, pretty straightforward little set collecting game about resource management and some special abilities. I think it's pretty cool. So that is that. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.